Alien doctors replaced the human's blood with nanofluid, and his wounds began to heal. Captain Jason Rourke's vision flickered in and out like a faulty screen. The harsh white lights above him blurred into streaks, and the sterile, humming sounds of alien machines filled his ears. His chest burned. His limbs felt like concrete. The last thing he remembered was the ambush on Caldas 4. The Karth Dominion had come out of nowhere, their plasma rifles tearing through his squad like paper. Now this. Cool air hissed around him. Shapes moved at the edges of his vision. Slender, gray-skinned forms with elongated eyes and four-fingered hands. The Fraxi. Medics. At least, he hoped they were medics. "He's still conscious," one of them remarked, her voice distorted by the translator implants in his ears. "Remarkable." Another figure hovered beside her, holding a cylindrical vial filled with silvery, metallic liquid. Jason tried to speak, but all that escaped was a ragged cough and pain. Pain everywhere. "Stop," he managed to croak. "Human physiology incompatible." The female Fraxi tilted her head, the gesture eerily bird-like. "Your physiology is incompatible with death, apparently." Jason caught a glimpse of his chest. His combat armor was shredded, charred black, blood everywhere. Or what should have been blood. His veins glowed faintly silver beneath his skin. His mind raced. What the hell did they put inside him? "The nanofluid," the second Fraxi explained, noticing his gaze. "Adaptive, programmable. Repairs tissue, rebuilds cellular structures. It's not blood as you understand it. But it's better." Jason clenched his jaw, his throat tightening. "You replaced my blood with machines?" The Fraxi nodded, adjusting something on a console. "The damage was extensive. Your organs were failing. Your natural blood volume reduced to 20%. Had we followed your primitive medical guidelines, you'd be dead." Jason's heart, or whatever was pumping inside him now, thudded harder. His mind rebelled at the thought. Nanofluid. Self-replicating machines flowing through his veins, patching him up from the inside out. "How long?" he rasped. 17 hours since extraction," the medic replied. "You've been stable for 6. Your wounds, observe." She gestured toward his abdomen, where scorched, bloody burns had once marred his skin, smooth, pale flesh now stretched. Even deeper lacerations along his ribs were reduced to faint pink lines, knitting themselves together with unnatural speed. He flexed his fingers, no pain. His lungs filled more easily. Jason exhaled slowly. "Why'd help me?" The Fraxi exchanged a glance. The second shrugged. "Orders." The council demanded all human prisoners be stabilized. "You're valuable." Jason tried to sit up. His muscles obeyed without resistance. That shouldn't be possible, not after injuries like his. The Fraxi woman leaned in slightly, observing him with scientific curiosity. "Besides, we're fascinated by your biology. Your species' resilience defies logic. The nanofluid adapts to its host. With your robust cellular structures, its efficiency exceeds all projections." Jason's mind sharpened despite the surreal situation. He'd heard the whispers before. The other species feared humanity, respected them even when they tried to hide it. Deathworlders, they called them. fragile-looking, chaotic creatures from an over-evolved biosphere that routinely produced apex predators capable of genocide with sticks and stones. Now they'd made him more than that. "Let me guess," Jason muttered, testing his legs as he slid off the medical slab. The nanofluid made his body feel stronger, lighter. "You're not going to let me walk out of here." The second Fraxi smiled faintly, a thin-lipped, humorless expression. "Correct." Jason flexed his hand. His knuckles cracked. Silver glinted faintly beneath his skin. The female Fraxi activated a containment field. Energy walls shimmered into place around him. "Please remain calm. We need further observation. You may experience side effects." Jason's mind calculated quickly. His squad was gone. He was behind enemy lines. But they had saved him, patched him up with alien tech that probably made him a walking biohazard or a weapon. Side effects, huh? He reached for his side where his sidearm had been. Gone, obviously. But his body felt wired, every nerve singing, as if electricity itself hummed through his bloodstream. Nanofluid. They'd turned him into something new. The Fraxi monitored his vitals on the console. Their narrow eyes widened slightly. "Strange," the female said. "Heart rate spiking. Muscular tension increasing. But no stress indicators." Jason smiled grimly. "We call it adrenaline." A flicker of confusion danced across her face, but it was too late. Jason moved. Faster than they expected. Faster than he expected. His fist slammed into the containment field, and instead of bone shattering, it rippled. The nanofluid reinforced his body, microscopic machines converging along points of impact, distributing force, repairing microfractures as they formed. A second punch cracked the barrier. Sirens blared. The Fraxi scrambled. The third punch shattered it entirely. Jason didn't stop to marvel at the impossible. His body burned with raw, unfamiliar power, but his soldier's instincts took over. He shoved the nearest medic aside, gently enough not to kill her, and bolted through the medical bay. Behind him, the Fraxi shouted. Doors slammed shut. Automated defense systems buzzed to life. Jason's augmented blood pulsed with information. Neural pathways lit up, reflexes enhanced. His vision sharpened, processing movement, angles, weaknesses. His legs carried him faster than peak human capacity should allow. A security drone rounded the corner, a floating orb with stun cannons primed. Jason ducked, leapt forward, snatched the drone midair, and crushed it between his palms. Metal and circuitry crumpled like paper. Side effects, he thought, half in awe, half in terror. Noted. By the time he reached the docking bay, alarms howled through the entire ship. Fraxi guards closed in, weapons drawn. But they hesitated, uncertain, fearful. Jason wasn't just another human soldier now. His body gleamed faintly silver beneath the torn remnants of his uniform. Wounds sealed themselves as they formed. His muscles flexed with mechanical precision, and his eyes, reflected in the polished surface of a bulkhead, glowed faintly silver, like mercury under moonlight. "Stand down," one of the guards barked. "You are compromised. Submit or—" Jason lunged. They weren't ready. By the time the last Fraxi hit the floor, Groaning but alive, Jason had sealed himself inside an escape pod. His mind raced, already planning. The nanofluid whispered through his veins, reacting to thought, preparing for injury, strengthening bone and sinew. He wasn't entirely human anymore, not by a long shot. But the Fraxi had made a mistake. They'd saved him, upgraded him, tried to turn him into a test subject. They forgot one thing about humans. You don't give a Deathworld species new tools and expect them to behave. The pod launched, streaking toward the nearest human fleet. Jason grinned, flexing his silver-threaded fingers. The war wasn't over. It had just begun. And this time, humanity was evolving faster than anyone could handle,